All right, thank you everyone for being on the call today. What we're going to do today is we've had a lot of questions this last week about how-tos or different changes that we've had with Next Level Suite, improvements that have been made. So I'm just going to go through some of the basic changes, kind of an overview of how things work, and then open it up for discussion again. And if you have questions while I'm doing it, you can always put them through on the chat, and I will pull those up and we can address those as well. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about that was a feature that was added after Next Level Suite was launched is the ability to do address labels. So what you want to do is you'll go into your contacts, and then you would select the contacts that you want. And you can select all of them by using this button, all of them that are on the screen, or you can go into each folder, or you can select individual ones. So I'm just going to do the ones on this screen, and then I'm going to go More. And then I'm going to go create labels for the selected one. If you do create labels for all, it will do all of your contact records. So that is an option there. So when you do that, it actually launches, opens another tab or another window and takes you into the Avery. And you can select what forms you have or what printing you have. And you double click on it. And then if you want it to have a design, I will just select this. And then you have to put it in the order that you want it. So you just drag and drop, and if you want commas in there, you can put the commas in. So I'm going to do first address, and then go second address, city, comma, state, and zip. There we go. And then we're going to complete that merge. And then it pulls all of those contacts in. And you can edit the individual ones as well. And then from here, you can go ahead and print it. So it's a nice way to be able to print those address labels. So that's one of the features that we added to Next Level Suite. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is the custom fields. One thing that changed this week with the custom fields is that when you add the contact, an individual contact, if you scroll all the way down, you can click on this View Your Custom Fields. So any custom fields that you've created, you can enter them in right there instead of having to go back into the record. So that was a nice improvement that was made, and thank you for that suggestion. I think it was on the call last week. So to do the custom fields, you go into here on this little wheel and then Manage Custom Fields. And this again is where you can either edit any of these that you already have created or delete them, and you can add a new custom field. So it's the different ones that you can add are either a text field where you type in a different answer, a checkbox which is yes or no. So if you check it, it's yes. If it's unchecked, it's no. And then a date selector. So I know some people have been using the date selector to do like last call or last time they sold something to that person, last interaction with them, a way to keep track of that because you can use the advanced search to find that as well. So that is where your custom fields are and helps out for your being able to search. All right. And then we're going to go into the Contact Manager settings. And so this is the number of contacts that are shown on each page. So you know how I did that select all on that first page? You can set it so that you have how many ever contacts you want to show at one time on one page. And then you can save that here. You can also do it each individual time. So that changes the number of contacts that are up here. You can also change it for each individual time here, but that changes the default so that they're all on a page if you want them all on, which makes it easier when you're doing the select all. Otherwise, if we had 503 on this first page, it would select the first 500 but not the second page. So just a little tip for people. Another thing that was added this week is if you go into My Account, and then into the Next Level settings down here, and Back Office settings, you can see the email footer text out option. It's defaulted to say this commercial email was sent from. If you don't want it to say commercial email, you can choose to have that removed. So you would just select yes and then save. All right. The next little tip that I'm going to share with you is your notifications. So if you go into My Account and you go My Account and email notification settings, again, this is where you select the email that you want it to go. And if you want to receive text messages, this is where you go to add the mobile device. And mine's already set up, but it would help you walk through setting up your mobile device email if you know your phone number and your carrier. And then you can set up your notifications and subscriptions by clicking here. And then if you want them by email or if you want to receive the text message. So you can select those. One thing, if you're receiving the text messages, if you go to bed with your phone and someone signs up in the middle of the night, unless you set your phone to Do Not Disturb, you will get those text messages. So just a reminder, if you're doing that, make sure you use the Do Not Disturb so you're not disturbing your sleep. And after you choose the ones that you want, save those notifications. All right, and the last thing that I'm going to talk about is searches. So you can save your searches. You can do an advanced search and choose the information that you want, and then you save the search as. You would just go search and it would automatically save it and add it into here. So anytime I change information in a contact that it makes it qualify for the searches, they automatically go in there. So if I click on this one and I say that they have a Next Level Suite account, that contact record is automatically saved to this folder. So if you have things that are changing, it's a great way to do that. The other thing, when you do select that, you need to save custom fields. If you don't hit the Save Custom Field, it will not save it and it will not go into that search. All right, and then the last part about that is I'm going to go Folder Actions, Manage, and Searches. So if I had multiple searches, they would be listed here, and then you can edit them as well as far as the name of them or the description of them and save those changes. Or if you don't want them there anymore, you can delete them. So those are the tips that I wanted to go over today. I'm going to jump back to the other screen and see if there are any questions or if anyone wants to ask them over the phone. I'm going to open it up for any questions, issues, finds, successes that you've had for the week. Anyone? Now is your chance. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Sherry, it's Tina. I don't know if it's proper on this call to just give me again the breakdown of the success coaches and the Next Level Suite. I don't know if you have any customers on this call. We could talk about it after.
As far as how the success coaches
will be receiving the discount codes and things.
Yeah, we can talk about that probably offline since this is more for
You got it.
users, but yep. All right. Does anyone else have any questions or wondering, I've been trying to do this and I can't figure it out? Let me jump back here.
I have one. It's Janet.
Hi, Janet.
Hi. When I was first bringing people in, I brought them in, they were restricted. And now I notice that when you bring people in, like an import, you can click restricted or confirmed.
Correct.
Can you tell me what the difference is and how can I get the other things unrestricted that are already in there, or do I have to take them out and put them back in?
You will have to delete those contacts and then re-import them.
Okay.
It's the only way to get them unrestricted. So
okay.
the pain is totally worth it. And then the difference between the two is if a contact is entered in as restricted, you can just send them a one-touch email. You can't put them to campaigns, and I think you can only send an email to them one time, but you can use them on next call. You do have the ability to call them. So that's just kind of prevent spamming. We want to ensure that people aren't just buying lists and putting them into their Next Level Suite account and then bombarding people that they don't know.
I see. So I'll have to just delete all those and just put them back in.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. And I just click on them all and just hit delete.
You can do it through the folder as well. If you delete a folder, it will delete all of the contacts in it.
Oh, okay, and then I can just remake the folder.
Select all, more, delete.
Okay. Okay. Select all, more delete. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is Amelia. I have a question.
Sure.
If someone unsubscribes from the emails on accident and they would like to be put back on, how does that happen? How do I do that?
If you go into their contact record, let's see, if they unsubscribed. I'm trying to remember where. You can unsubscribe them here. I think if they send an email back to you, if they want to resubscribe.
Then it automatically does?
I believe so. I believe once they, or you can have them create a lead capture page and they can fill it out again or re-enter them in as a new contact. I'm not sure though, otherwise.
Okay, because Susan accidentally unsubscribed, so she's not getting any of the emails that I send out on Next Level Suite. So,
okay, meaning like she's in your contacts, like she would be listed right here as me. And
yeah,
she's
she's
from here.
in the contacts, but when I select all and I click send email, she pops up as unsubscribed.
Okay.
And she's not getting them in her inbox, so.
I would probably just delete her and re-enter her in.
Okay.
Create a new contact record.
Okay.
Might be another way to do it, but I'm not sure right now. So that would be the quickest, easiest way right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Okay. I am going to go ahead and stop the recording. So thank you, everyone. I hope you have a great day.